Alrighty, Lumberjacks, welcome back. And today we're going to be looking at killing more trees. What are the chances, right? It almost never happens, but it does. So today, I'm just going to kind of continue on processing what we've been working on here. Today's topic, because I haven't actually recorded in a while, I took a little bit of time off kind of around and after Christmas, kind of into the new year. I took a little bit of time off to kind of relax and just get away from modding a little bit. Not because I don't like modding, but because I definitely needed a break, and it was good. So my videos have been kind of few and far between. So there's lots of changes that have happened. Well, not lots of changes, but a few changes that have happened. So one, rebranding. So if we hop out of this guy, we can see our new FDR logo, which will start showing up on the new update whenever it comes out. It's also on the heads and the rest of the stuff. Everyone keeps asking, was it inspired by the South Star? Okay, honestly, I have always been a black and orange fan, like, forever. I've just loved those colors together. Something about it, ever since I was a kid. Maybe it was the Tiger Scotch ice cream or something. I have no idea, but something about that color matched with that other color is just something else, and I love the look of it. So yes, honestly, when I first started playing with the South Star stuff, I was like, oh man, I love that black and orange look. And then I've kind of wanted to rebrand. I've never really been a big fan of the kind of chromey steel look for the FDR stuff, so I kind of wanted to change it up a little bit. So yeah, I decided, hey, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna change it up a little bit. So that's what we did. We made the logo black and orange. We pretty much changed everything to black and orange across the board. And I'm quite happy with it. I really do like it. I think it looks a lot better, and a lot of people like it a lot better than the old ugly chrome one. But you know what? The chrome one will still hold a special place in my heart because that's the one that we started with originally back in the day, back in the times. So yeah, that was a change, and I did some playlist changes on YouTube, so that's kind of a big change. So I was kind of, you guys know how I was like kind of trying to figure out how I wanted to do playlists, and you guys would see a new series every like 30 episodes. I would create a new whatever, right? You know, from the Diesel for Blood, and then the Operator's View, and then you know, what the heck was the other one? Well, there's a bunch of them. Alan Son's Logging, all that stuff. So although I kept the individual series the same, I did leave them in there. I took them out of their own playlists, and I made them into just more vague groups. So anything that has any form of time-lapse is now in the time-lapse playlist. So instead of having one for Diesel for Blood, and one for Logging Bros, and one for this, and one for that, I just put them all under time-lapse videos, and then they just kind of hold their own little place in that playlist, which is kind of nice. It's easier for me for sorting, for sure, because I don't have like 100 million playlists. And it's also easy for you guys viewing. You know, if a new person comes to the channel and they're like, oh, I really like time-lapse stuff, but I hate everything but time-lapse stuff, then all they have to do is slam on that time-lapse playlist, and it's everything I have that's ever been time-lapsed. And that's way easier, because then they can watch whatever they want that's in that list, and they don't have to go dig through all the different weird series names wondering if it's time-lapse or if it's commentary. And I mean, same difference, you know, if you guys like these commentary episodes a lot more than the other stuff, you know, then you're probably going to be annoyed by or like the commentary episodes, but you're kind of be annoyed by the time-lapse stuff, maybe. You know, you want to hear me talk, you don't want to see it logging, then now there's a playlist that's just commentary. So, and then there's a list that's just mods, all the mods ever, forever. Just a kind of a way to sort it out to make things a little bit nicer, which was kind of a big change. Like I said, we did have a lot of playlists, so it was getting kind of a little nasty there. So I did that. God, what else has changed? So, yeah, new series. So I switched over. This one's going to stay the same. I think it's called like, sorry, and I'm not looking at the video type right now. It's like cam and commentary. So because you got 2 cameras, well, 3 cameras if you include me, and you have commentary, which is me baloneying, talking about random things. So cam and commentary I'm going to keep to 1 a week on Saturdays for the time being is kind of my goal. The logging crew, I'm going to try to bring it back. I've starting hosting multiplayer matches for members who are in YouTube and members on the Discord. I'll probably have to edit them. I mean, I don't know. All I have to say is I can't guarantee they're going to be family appropriate, because I can't speak for everybody else who joins the channel. You know, swear words are going to be said. So, as much as I would love to make my channel entirely aimed at, you know, family friendly, it's not what we're about. We're not family friendly. We're adults. This is not made for kids. None of this stuff is made for kids on YouTube. If people want to watch, you know, supervise their kids watching these episodes, like my cam and commentary, I'm not going to swear. I'm not going to talk about, you know, too many profane things on here. Same with time-lapse. You're obviously not going to see anything nasty on there. You're not going to hear any swear words. So those, you know, if you have kids or something and they really like... And I know there's lots of parents who have contacted me, and they, you know, they say their kids watch this stuff. They love watching the little machines run around and do their thing in the time-lapse videos. That stuff is going to remain safe. Now, when I put the logging crew out, I can't guarantee that everybody will keep the swearing to a minimal, because, you know, it's a bunch of guys logging together. We all talk and swear, and I'm sure you guys have heard me swear multiple times on series. And same with my other, when I go do the series where I play other games, like outside of Farming Simulator, I guarantee we start playing Hell Let Loose, which was that World War II kind of multiplayer game, and I'll tell you, you're going to hear swear words in that one, I'm pretty sure. I think I cut out the really nasty stuff, but you'll probably hear the odd F-bomb here and there on that. But, yeah, again, I'm not aiming to make this channel kid-appropriate for everything. There are certain things, like I said, this commentary, which, again, isn't entirely suitable just for kids, you know, maybe we talk about adult things too, but, and the time-lapse series are probably safe. Outside of that, we'll see. I mean, I'm always into making more cool things, but it'll be interesting. And then the other one that's coming down the pipe is going to be the Go Team Timber. Go Team Timber is getting there. It's getting there. Now, obviously, by the time this video comes out, who God knows what process I'll be at, because this could be weeks in advance or months in advance. You just never know with my video recordings. So, but I can say it's coming along good. I'm just waiting on a couple of the voice actors to finish up some lines. We have 3 full episodes complete. The episodes are not long because, my God, I'll tell you how hard it is to keep that much content. They're like anywhere from 10 to 13 minutes long, roughly, per episode, which is, I think, more than enough. I mean, if you go on TV, everybody's like, oh, yeah, shows are about a half hour long. Yeah, but a half hour of the show is just commercials, so... well, unless you're on Netflix, of course. But, back in the day. So 15 minutes is kind of the max I wanted them. I didn't want them longer than that. Kind of like all my episodes. After 15 minutes, it's kind of just a waste of time, because a lot of people usually drop off and stop watching. Except for you diehards that hang in till the end. But yeah. So yeah, that'll be interesting when that comes out. That will have its own playlist for all the Go Team Timber episodes. I plan to do more. I don't know where it's going, that series. I started writing a little bit more for some other episodes and such, but yeah, I don't know where it's going. I couldn't tell you. It's it has been a heck of a mystery, and I wasn't expecting it to go where it went, and here we are. Okay, so should we do some more skidding? Yeah, let's do a couple more skids. I just want to kind of clear those up. The reason I don't want to leave a whole bunch out there is because they get pretty nasty when you pile everything up too much. So yeah, new time-lapse episodes. Those probably have started coming out or will start coming out. Was it Diesel? Diesel for Blood was my last one. My last series for time-lapse. And Diesel for Blood was awesome. That was a long, good run. I enjoyed it, and I think it had an awesome, good run. But I got to episode 80, and that's the end, where I kind of ended it. And then now, I've started a new one. Again, it's very similar to Diesel for Blood. It's not like a entirely new series. It's basically the same as Diesel for Blood, but it's just called time-lapse logging now, because I wanted to kind of have a series that I could just continue. And the other big thing I've always been, well, that I've been wanting to do was I really wanted to get rid of the thumbnails. So in the thumbnails, you guys always see the giant text at the top that says Diesel for Blood or Logging Crew or blah, 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 whatever. So originally, when younger YouTube was a thing and I was getting into it, that was just the best way to get views. Like, you know, you would put giant titles and, you know, big gushy words and stuff. It was kind of clickbaity, but it worked. Now I'm finding, even as people scroll, they aren't really using those as much to click on videos, because now you actually want to use as much of that thumbnail real estate as you can for the actual image, as opposed to, you know, wasting it all with the title, because people are looking more at pictures than they are words than ever before. And I mean, any marketing or consumerism place will tell you that. Imagery is kind of the thing of these days. So yeah, so when I cut those down, I changed up. I didn't want to do Diesel for Blood anymore. I was like, that was a good series, but it's time to do something different. So now you'll see there's no more big titles on the new stuff that's coming out. There's no more big giant, you know, this is this series. It's just going to be a cute little FDR logo down in the corner, an FS19 logo in the other top corner, very small and subtle, and then just a cool picture of whatever it is that we did in that episode. And I like it. I think it looks cleaner. I think it looks better. I actually went back and redid all of the what the heck are they? So they were called Real Life Logging, but I hated that name, and I always have for a long time. So I changed all the Real Life Logging videos that used to be in that playlist, and I think I just called it Forestry and Logging, because there's so many different various things. I originally went with so it was Real Life Logging, and then it was Real Life Machines, and then it was Forestry Machines, but then I started throwing other things in there that weren't necessarily all just logging stuff. So I really wanted to change it up and do something a little different. But I wanted to open up that genre, so if people have more forestry videos, and I should ask people again. I know there's people out there that have really awesome forestry videos, and I had people that were sending them to me before, but I just didn't have time to process them. I'm going to be asking people again. So even you guys watching, if you have, or you work in the bush, or you have friends who work in the bush, if you want to get your videos shared, I'm more than happy to share that in the group. Because it's fun and people love that stuff. I love it. And I'll edit them and I'll clean them up and I'll add lighting or do whatever they need to be done. I know a lot of people sent me videos. They said, oh, it's too dark. You can't even see anything. And then I've done so much video editing. I just go in and I'm like, okay, well, lighten it up and add some sharpening and play with it. And it comes out looking good. And they're like, oh my God, how did you make that crappy video look so good? And I mean, it's not rocket science. Any of you guys can go do that stuff too. But for people who just want to, you know, who work out in the bush and don't have access to all this crap, all the technology stuff that I have, send it to me. See what we can do. I'll put credit to you in the video. If you got a website, I'll put credit to you in the thingy, or your name, or whatever you want. I've done that for lots of guys, and it's actually helped them out quite a bit. So, because believe it or not, we still get quite a bit of views on this channel, surprisingly, after all the years of doing it. I wonder if we should switch sides. I was almost wanted to bring them up there. It's kind of sharp. I was just looking up to the left there to see if I wanted to bring wood up there, but I think that'll be a nightmare. Let's not do it. But yeah, so I'm going to bring back hopefully some more real life videos. I want to go take more real life videos. So depending on how things go, we'll see if I can get some more time to go film. So I bought lots of really cool filming stuff, and I'm like, oh God, I want to go use this. I got rid of my drone because I want to get a new one, like a better one, but they're also really expensive, and I'm kind of waiting to see how the economy goes here a little bit. But I would love to get one of those Mavic. Is it a Mavic Mini? No, I think it's a Mini Air 2, actually, I think, from DJI. Because I'd love to go hit up another block with some, like, logging equipment on there and just, like, have a time. That'd be super fun. Let's see here. I think I'm going to try to process at least a little bit more before we go. There we go. Okay. So let's hop out of this guy. God, I'm so used to hitting the pause button. I almost did it again for the other videos. What's forward? Oh, we just backed up. All right, so let's process a little bit more. We only got a few more minutes left before I'm going to disappear. I know 15-minute episodes, to me, they feel like they go by super duper fast. But then I've talked to lots of people, and they're like, oh, God, some of those episodes are really long. And I'm like, really? It's 15 minutes. But I guess if I stopped to take 15 minutes out of my day, I would probably notice it too. With my ADD days of getting things done. So yeah, what else do I have to tell you? What else is exciting? I don't know. Nothing really. Yeah, just big changes with the logos and the branding and some of the thumbnails and the episodes and stuff. I think I just like to change every once in a while. I don't know if it's for the better or for the worse, but sometimes, you know, you just need to change it up a little bit. I like changing things up. I mean, I also like to, like, so I really like the Diesel for Blood series, like that time-lapse style, all that stuff. Oh, another thing. So when I did the new version, and I don't know how it's going to go. It looked good to me, but maybe we'll get some flack for it, but I don't know. We'll see. So on the new series, whether it's out right now and you're watching it or whether it's coming, the new time-lapse logging series. So what I've done in those is I've actually cut the speed down a little bit, and I've zoomed in closer. So rule of thumb, if you're ever going to zoom in, you need to turn down your time-lapse speed because it'll make people nauseous if you don't. So I've zoomed in a little bit on the cab so you can see a little bit of the action. So when I'm reviewing my my videos, like in the morning, I'll take a quick glance to make sure the video's not glitched out. So I'll watch like the first few minutes of it or a few seconds of it just to make sure there's no issues or anything that I need to recall it. So in the morning, I do a quick watch and I look at it. And on my phone, because that's where I watch it and probably most people watch it from their phones or tablets, I just noticed on my phone, like, if you're scrolling on YouTube and that video comes up, everything is so teeny weeny, and I just really wanted to be more zoomed in the cab so you could see the attachments and see the heads and see the equipment working a little bit more. So you'll notice on the time-lapse logging series, everything's like zoomed in a little bit more, like in a good way though, because you can actually see the kind of detail on the equipment heads a little bit more. Now some people might not like that, but I really like it, so that's how I'm gonna do it. That's how I am. It's like, well, that's, you might not like it, but that's how I'm gonna do it. So, but yeah, hopefully you guys will like the new stuff coming out. And yeah, I don't know, the logging crew thing will be fun. I'm still deciding whether I just want to do raw releases of that. Probably not. I'm probably gonna edit it because I kind of want to jump around a little bit. And some of those recordings for the logging crew are like, whew, they are like long recordings, like hours. We'll play for like 4 hours of logging. It's all recorded. And I'm like, I don't really want to upload a 4-hour episode because that's ridiculous. So I might go cut them up a little bit, you know, cut out parts that maybe weren't so good and maybe increase the parts where the conversations were better or something like that. We'll see. All I know is we're not stopping until we have no choice. We're going to keep going. The big thing right now is just testing lag on the servers and stuff, because I know lag is our biggest concern. So what I started doing was actually doing a new save game every time we play. It sucks because you can't really do progression, but with the way the lag is in this game, you can't do progression really in multiplayer with more than 2 people or 3 people. And when I'm opening up these logging crews, like, yeah, we're getting like full servers every time. It's busy, which could be a problem later on, but we'll jump that bridge when we get to it. What time are we at? Oh my god, we're at 17 minutes? I was supposed to stop at 15. Okay, well, I'm going to cut one more log because it makes me... If I can get the dang log, my lord. Where is it? I'll get both logs. Okay, so I'm going to cut one more log because that makes me feel good about my accomplishments here. Again, I want to keep cutting on this block until I get that whole section out. So this could take us a while. Or before the save game dies and we have to move on. So what actually I was going to do in logging crews, I was going to try to do sort of a logging from scratch start. But you know what, we'll go into that more maybe in the next episode, which will be moments away. All right, okay, so I'm going to leave that right there. And when we come back in the next one, then we're going to probably keep processing. You know, there's a whole bunch of stuff to do here. And we're probably actually going to start bunching because we have a lot of ground to clear over there. So that's going to take us a minute. Anyway, I'm going to leave it at that. So... yeah, stay fit, have fun. Wait, that's not my slogan. Don't forget to hug a tree. All right, we'll catch you guys on the next one. See ya.